I know your insides are feeling so hollow. Ooh, and it's a hard pill for you to swallow.
Hey everyone, today I bring you another fall makeup tutorial. Today's is, I haven't really decided what I'm calling it, but I'm thinking it's going to be like wine or burgundy or something. It's my classic cranberry type look. I do one of these every fall. I have two previous ones, not the best quality, but if you want to check them out, I might try to remember to link them below. Today I'm doing a darker take on it because I wanted to try to make it different. So I am incorporating some dark browns and stuff to make it a lot more dramatic, and not dramatic, but smoky. And so the cranberry is a little more toned down. And what I'm using today to create this look is a mixture of my Nude Tude palette, and then the main cranberry tip color I'm using is Glistening Garnet Infallible by L'Oreal. Now if you're just getting into these kind of tones, I recommend this trio from Wet n Wild, which I'm not using today, but it's Knock on Wood, and it's really pretty, and it's like a more subdued cranberry type color. I think I used this in last year's look along with that Glistening Garnet, so if you want to check that out, it's a bit more of a bright take on cranberry this year. I wanted to make it smoky. So if you want to see how I got this look, I'm still not sure I'm calling it, then please stay tuned. Okay, so first step's going to be to get a nice base down. I always use a base, but this is a very pigmented color, so if you're not wanting to use a base besides like a clear primer, you definitely can. But I'm just going to use the same one I've been using in all my fall looks. This is the Rimmel Scandaleyes in Bad Girl Bronze. It's a nice warm bronze color, so it's going to bring out the warmth and that Glistening Garnet as well as make it very shimmery. So I'm just popping that all over my upper lid. Now I usually do use this also on my bottom, but for today's look in particular, I'm not putting a whole lot on the bottom because I wanted it to be more of a like feline shape. So I'm going to go ahead and pass on putting this on bottom. The way I apply this is I put a little, blend it out, put a little more, and just keep doing that till I build it to my desired level. I think that's the best way to work with pencil base. And yeah, that's how I do that. You probably, if you've been with me a while, you know how I apply that because I always use it. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend out that base, and so I'm just going to use a matte mid-tone brown. This one is very pigmented, so it's a little darker than maybe you might want. If you aren't using this palette, you might even want to go a little lighter. This is just Sultry from the Nude Tude palette. And I'm just blending that through my crease, because when I use a pencil base, I find I don't go into my crease because I don't want it to crease up. So then I want to blend it out and make sure there's color there. So then I just buff that out with a clean blending brush, and that's just the kind of basis of the rest of my look. Onto the main color, which is the Glistening Garnet. If you can see that, it's a very true cranberry color with a lot of duochrome action. And what I'm just doing with that is popping it using my finger. I always use my finger with these because that's the best way to apply them in my opinion. So I just pop that all over my lid. I'm doing this color first because I don't want it to be the most prominent part of the look. I want it to just be kind of peeking out in the middle of the lid. Now just because I didn't want to take that on the inner corner, but I felt like that was looking a little bare, I went ahead and did that. And I'm using Stubborn, which is this satin finish pink in the palette. And what I did was just pop that on the inner corner, blending it into the inner bit of the lid over that Glistening Garnet. Okay, and then I also popped a little of that through my crease, like over where I had Sultry, just to soften it up and kind of tie in that pinkish tone. Now the next thing you want to do is build up. You can see that dramatic outer corner I have going on. I started building that now by taking a pencil brush. And this is definitely the reason I have this palette and the best color in here, I think. It's that Sexy color. It's a matte burgundy, just to show you how pigmented these matte colors by the Balm are. That's Sexy, by the way. And what I do with that pencil brush is I'm tracing out from when I had Sultry on earlier. I already kind of created a bit of a winged out shape, and then I just kind of intensified it and then brought it inwards as well over that crease area, and that's really going to be what mainly gets you that shape. And then I also took it on the blending brush and just kind of blended that through the crease, like kind of between where I put those corners on the look. Next, I wanted to blend out that shape, but I didn't want to blend the Sexy color because I didn't want to make that go any further than it already was. So what I did was I went ahead and I just took it a bit more of Stubborn, and I blended that through the edges of Sexy. Just popped that on and then blended that out. I did this in my Skies on Fire look as well, and what that does is instead of blending that dark color and getting that all muddy and messy, you're still getting a little bit more of a transition without messing up the shape. So that's what I did with that. Now I was looking at my look and I just thought it looked a little blah. Like I would totally go out with it just like that, but just for the sake of making this a little different, a little fun, I decided to kind of go with a cut crease. So I went back in with my pencil brush and Sleek, which is, I would say, blackened brown. It's also a matte color. I'm pretty much using the more matte colors just because, to be quite honest, I've kind of realized since I was really into this palette that the shimmery colors in this are not fantastic. Like the payoff, for the most part, there's like one or two good shimmery colors, but most of them, the payoff is lacking and I just don't like them that much, but the matte colors in here are absolutely fantastic, so that's why I'm mainly using those today. I feel like I keep going off on tangents, sorry about it. I haven't filmed in a while. I'm taking Sleek and I'm taking it on a pencil brush, and I'm going to do a cut crease type look. So I'm just going to take that through the crease, take just a teeny bit. It is probably the most pigmented color in here. So just put that through my crease. And then that looked really messy and harsh, which I'm kind of keeping the messy look, but I wanted to obviously make it a little more neat. So what I'm doing with that is taking my blending brush once again and a mixture of Sexy and the color right below it in the palette, which is Silly. It's a brown with a pinkish shimmer to it. Not super pigmented, but I combined it with Sexy to kind of bring in a brown tone in the blending, but still kind of keep it soft. So I just took that and blended that through like right over where I did Sleek. It's still going to look dramatic, but it's just going to blend it out a wee bit. And then I went off camera to do my foundation, brows, etc. And then I came back, and what I wanted to do is just, my first step was just highlighting. I just took the angled side, or the slightly fluffier side of this brush. It's not great, I don't really recommend it, but it just was on hand. And I took that white color, Sassy. Don't worry about it. It's not super pigmented, so it's not going to be like a stark white highlight. And I just ran that through my brow bone and then did a little bit of blending between my color and that. You probably noticed with this look I didn't blend a whole lot. Usually I'm a big blender, and I know most people are. But for those of you maybe who get annoyed with blending, I think this look is actually, the beauty of it is that it is a little unblended, a little bit more just stark, but in a pretty way, I think. So that is the upper lid pretty much done. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my liner. I'm using a liner I picked up recently that I'm obsessed with. I've been using it like every day. This is the L'Oreal Infallible eyeliner, like the pencil one. You know, I've used the gel liners for a while now, but I decided to try out the pencil. This is the carbon black one, so the super black, and it's very creamy, like automatic pencil. And what I'm doing with that is doing it pretty much everywhere. I start with it on the waterline and then bring it into the tight line. And with the tight line, I really do take my time to really make sure it's all filled in, as well as taking it in the inner corner, which I don't always do, but when I'm going with a dramatic look, I like the look of having the liner all the way in there. And then I took it just along the upper lash line, thinly, just to connect to that inner corner that I'd done. I didn't want a thick line, just a little bit. So I did that. Now my next step is going to be that beautiful, I did something that I did in a look before, which is taking that Glistening Garnet on an angled brush. Really the only brush I like to apply these with is an angled brush, so when I'm doing lower lash line, that's what I'll do because I don't want to use my finger. And I just smudged that and wiggled it into the lower lash line. And I love the way that the mascara kind of covers it up, but you get peaks of like a cranberry tone down there. I think it's really flattering and different. So I did that. And then the last step for me was to set and smudge out my upper lash line using the Serious color, which is the black in this palette. And I'm just taking it with the brush in the palette and wiggle. First I just went through and set it, and then I wiggled it throughout so that it would be kind of smoked out, but not like overly so, just a little bit. Here, just mascara, lots of it. This is a really nice mascara, by the way. I've been using it in all my fall looks, but I haven't really said, I don't think, that I really do like it. It's Maybelline Full and Soft in Blackest Black, and I just did like 2 coats on the top and 1 on the bottom for some nice dramatic lashes. Now for the blush look, I didn't do any blush, just when I just went with my bronzer that I already had on. And then for lips, I'm using one of my new favorite products. It's the Maybelline Elixir. You've probably heard about these. They're the liquid lip balm by Maybelline, and honestly, probably my favorite of these, like, I don't know, doe foot, like, balm lipstick things that I've tried. This one is in Caramel Infused, and it's kind of a My Lips But Better type look. It's very similar to my lip color, just a little bit glossier, and it just gives a little coverage. So actually quite a bit of coverage, and I just put that all over. It's the most comfortable lip product to wear, and I got this color in particular just so I could wear it literally with everything, and I love it. So put that all over, and you can even not even use a mirror with this. I've been taking it in my bag to class, and I can just pop it on without a mirror, and it's awesome. So really recommend that new product by Maybelline. And that is my finished look. Okay guys, that is my finished, whatever I'm calling this, wine fall look. I do think this is my last fall look. Probably going to upload it around Thanksgiving, which is about the cutoff for me for fall looks, which means winter time looks are coming soon. Now they're very similar to fall, just maybe a little more holiday-ish. So you could definitely wear this to holiday parties, especially more dramatic, like maybe with friends. I don't know if I'd wear this to a family event. But anyway, if I do upload this around Thanksgiving, happy early Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have a great day with your family. If you're not from America, just have a happy Thursday. And what else? I think that's about it. So if you haven't checked out my other fall looks, it's probably like my last, I want to say, 5 videos. So check those out if you have not. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to like it below, subscribe to see more from me. I'll talk to you very soon. Have a great day. Bye.
I feel love and I feel it burn down the river every turn. Well, hope is a 4-letter word. Make that money, watch it burn. But I'm not that old, young, but I'm not that bold. I don't think the world is...
But the way I fly, there's a girl staring at me.